If you're new here, I recently switched over to the Mediterranean diet just to feel better, eat better, and improve me and my family's health. And this past year, I've been shifting the way I think about food, creativity, and honestly, myself. I used to cook from survival, from stress, from trying to get it all right. But these days, I'm learning to cook from a deeper place. And this recipe, these Greek chicken meatballs with whipped feta, is just that. A little bit comforting, a little bit bold, and so easy, you'll feel like you're doing something kind for yourself by just making it. I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes. Their creamy center and buttery texture are perfect for roasting, and I'm just cutting them into wedges. And I'm going to parboil them in some salted water, which helps create that fluffy interior and crispy exterior. While the potatoes are boiling, we're going to make our sauce, and we've got some olive oil and about the juice of 3 lemons. I've also got some Dijon mustard, 3 cloves of garlic, which I am crushing, and then I'm also adding in some chicken broth and give that a little stir, and then we've got some seasonings to add in. I'm using Mediterranean oregano, which is what I typically use. It's earthy, slightly bitter, and perfect for Greek flavors, but it's totally different from a Mexican oregano, which is more citrusy and more pungent. Same name, but different flavor profiles. Give the dressing a final thorough mix and set it aside until the potatoes are ready. Our potatoes are parboiled, so I'm just gonna lay them on a sheet pan. And then we're gonna cover them with half of our sauce. And we're gonna bake these at 400 for about 20 minutes. While the potatoes are roasting, I'm gonna make the meatballs, and I'm using ground chicken, and you can grind your own meat. It's way easier than it seems, and I have a chicken kebab video that shows you how to do that. But you can also just use store-bought. And I'm just grating 1 medium onion, and you wanna make sure to squeeze out all of the extra moisture. Add in the onions, and for the seasoning, we've got onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, paprika, and a little salt and pepper. I'm also going to add in some olive oil, an egg, some breadcrumbs, and my favorite, some fresh garlic and some freshly chopped mint for brightness. And then I'm gonna add the feta is the final step. I love the texture, and it's like slightly tangy in the meatball. It's great. Give that a good mix, but make sure not to overmix it. You want to mix it just until everything is combined. And when rolling the meatballs, I like to use a large tablespoon just to measure them out so they're even. And then I just use my hands to form balls. If your hands start to stick, which they tend to, just wet them with cold water in between rolling, and that'll help them not stick, which is super, super useful. Once the potatoes are done roasting, you'll just go ahead and nestle the meatballs in between and just spread them across evenly. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the sauce right over. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven for about 12 more minutes and then broil for the last 3 minutes. While the meatballs are cooking, you can quickly make our whipped feta, which is my favorite. You'll just combine some feta, Greek yogurt or lemonade, fresh garlic, a little onion powder, salt, pepper, and fresh lemon juice. You'll give that a good mix, and then you want to open it and scrape down the sides. And then you'll just drizzle in some olive oil, continue mixing until it's nice and smooth. Give it a taste for salt and pepper, and you're good to go. And it's ready. The meatballs and the potatoes have this beautiful golden char, and you've got that delicious golden sauce. To serve it, I like to start with a nice swirl of that delicious whipped feta on a plate. Then I sprinkle it with a little Aleppo pepper, or you can do smoked paprika. Add in your juicy meatballs, and then add in your crispy lemon potatoes, just as much or as little as your little heart desires. And then you spoon some of that delicious golden pan sauce on top. This is literally comfort in a bowl. Thank you for being here and cooking with me today, not just for food, but for a life rooted in truth, beauty, and wholeness. I'll see you next time, and make sure to tune in for more recipes.